All right, Secondary Math 2 kids, we are going to be starting a new unit, but it builds on our last unit of multiplying binomials. Just like I said, now we're going to go into the process of going backwards, okay? So today we're going to be talking about greatest common factor, okay? So factors are the numbers that multiply to give you a multiple or a bigger number, right? So we are going to, on 1 through 20, we are going to list all the factors of these numbers listed. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so for number 1, what are the factors of 1? Meaning, what are the only numbers that can multiply to give you 1? It's just 1. Okay, 1 times 1 is the only number that you can multiply to give you 1. Okay. What about, we skipped 2. What about 2? Okay, what are the only numbers that can multiply to give you 2? Okay, 1, hint, 1 is always going to be a factor in every single number. Okay, 1 times what will give us 2? 1 and 2. Okay, and those are the only two numbers that you can multiply to get 2. What about 3? Okay, so we know 1, that's always going to be a factor. Okay, but what is our other number to multiply to give us 3? It's only 3. Okay, what about 4? We can always start with 1. Okay, 1 times what will give us 4? 4. Okay, are there any other factors though? Hint, it's an even number. Okay, what about 2? 2 times what will give us 4? 2 itself. Okay, so now we're kind of going backwards. Okay, so we got all the factors of 4. 1, 4, and 2. Good job. Okay, what about 5? We know 1 is a factor. But what is the only thing that can multiply to 5 to give us 5? 5. Okay, is 2 a factor? Nope, we can't multiply anything by 2. 3, no. 4, no. 5, we already have. Okay, what about 6? Okay, let's start with 1. Okay, 1 times what will give us 6? 6. Okay, I know I can multiply something by 2 to give me 6. What do I need to multiply by 2 to give me 6? 2 times 3. Okay, and then 3 is also a factor, so we know we're kind of going backwards now. So we got all of our factors. Okay, what about 7? 1 times 7 will give me 7. 2, I can't divide. 3, no. 4, no. 5, no. 6, no. 7, we already have. Okay, so we're done. 8. 1 and 8. Okay, it's even. I can divide it by 2. 2 times what gives me 8? 2 times 4. 3, no. 4, yes, we already got that. Okay, so we're done. Okay, what about 9? Okay, we already know 1 and 9. 2, no. 3, yes. 3 times what gives me 9? 3. Okay, 3 we already got. 4, no. 5, no. 6, no. 7, no. 8, no. 9, no. Okay, we got them all. Okay, let's do 10. Okay, we know 1 and 10 will give us 10. Okay, we know it's an even number. We can divide it by 2. So 2 times what gives me 10? 5. Okay, 3, no. 4, no. 5, yes. We already got it. So now we're done. Okay, 11. 1 times 11 will give me 11. 2, no. 3, no. 4, no. 5, no. 6, no. 7, no. 8, no. 9, no. 10, no. And 11. Okay, so those are our only two factors of 11. 12. 1 and 12 we got. Okay, it is even, so 2 times what gives me 12? 2 times 6. Okay, what about 3? Can we put 3 into 12? Yep, 3 multiplies by what to give me 12? 4. Awesome. And 4 is a yes. We already got it, so we know we're starting to go backwards, so we're done. Okay, 13, 1, 13. Any other numbers? 2, no. 3, no. Nope, those are our only 2 factors of 13. Okay, what about 14? Okay, we have 1 and 14. 2, because it's even. 2 times what gives me 14? 7. Okay, 3, no. 4, no. 5, no. 6, no. 7, yes. We already got it, so we're done. Okay, 15. 1 and 15. Okay, 2, no, it's not even. 3, yes, we can divide 15 by 3, meaning it can multiply by something to give us 15. 3 times what gives me 15? 5. Beautiful. So 4, no. 5, yes, we already got it, so we're done. 16. 1 and 16. Okay, it's even. 2 times what gives me 16? 2 times 8. Okay, 3, no. 4, yes. Okay, what do we need to multiply by 4 to give 16? It's just itself, right? Okay, so now we're done. Okay, 17. 1 and 17. Can you think of any other factors of 17? Nope. So we are done. 18. 1 and 18. Okay, it's even, so we know 2 times something will give us 18. 2 times 9. Okay, 3. Can we divide 18 by 3? Yep, 3 times 6 will give us 18. Okay, 4, no. 5, no. 6, yes, we already got it, so we are done. Okay, 19. 1 and 19. Can you think of any others that'll give us 19? Nope. So we're done. Okay, 20. 1 and 20. Okay, it's even, so 2 times what will give me 20? 2 times 10. Okay, 3, no, 3 doesn't go into 20. 4, yes. Okay, 4 times what will give me 20? 5. And 5, yes, we already got it, so we are done. Okay, so for 1 through 20, we listed all the factors of those numbers, all the numbers that can be multiplied to give us those numbers, right? Perfect. So now what we're going to do, excuse me, is we're actually going to do what's called factoring. Okay, so factoring, and let me just tell you this right now, that it takes a lot of practice. So if you're not understanding this after today, you are probably not the only one, and that is totally normal, okay? So we're going to factor the common factor out of each expression. Okay, so common factor means that they have numbers that are on both of their lists. Okay, so let's take a look at number 21. Okay, so I see, let's look at the coefficients first. 3 and 9. Okay, so the common factor, and I'm actually going to add something to this. We don't want just the common factor, we want the greatest, meaning the biggest number that is on both of their lists. So look at your lists for 3 and 9. Okay, look at your list for 3 and 9. What is the biggest number that they both have on that list? Okay, I know that 3 goes into 3 and 3 goes into 9. Okay, so what happens is that 3 is the greatest common factor. So we're just going to take it out. That's what factoring is. Okay, we're going to take that out. And then inside the parentheses, we're going to write down what's left. Okay, well, when we take out a 3 from this first term, what's the only thing that's left? It's just that A, right? Okay, what about this negative 9? Okay, what is negative 9 divided by 3? Negative 9 divided by 3. It's going to give me a negative 3. Okay? So notice we are always dividing. Factor means divide. Remember how last time we were multiplying? Well, now we're going backwards. We're dividing. Okay, so we divided out that 3, and it gave us what was left inside. Okay, I know that might seem a little confusing. Let's look on number 22. Okay, look at your coefficients first. Let's look at 2, and 10. Okay, so look at your lists for 2 and 10. What is the biggest number that's on both of those lists? Okay, the biggest number that's on both of our lists would be, okay, let me zoom out and show you what I mean. Okay, if I look at my list for 2, I see it has 1 and 2. If I look at my list for 10, I see it has 1, 10, 2, and 5. Ooh. Okay, I see they both have the 2, and that is the biggest one that they both have. They both have the 1, but we want the biggest one. They both have 2. Okay, so we're going to go back down here, and we know that we can factor out, because they share it, it's on that list, we can factor out a 2. Okay, but we're not quite done factoring. Now we need to look at the variables. Okay, so I have 2 x's right here. I have 3 x's right here. Okay, so if I have 2, 1, 2, this one has 1, 2, 3. How many do they both at least have? They both at least have 2. So we know we can factor out 2 x's, or x squared. Okay, since they both have at least 2 x's, we can take those out. Okay, so let's write what's left inside when we factor those guys out. Okay, we're dividing here. Okay, so for the first one, we took out a 2 and an x squared. What's left? Or think 2x squared divided by 2x squared. Same thing on top and bottom. That's actually going to give us 1. Anything divided by exactly itself is going to give us 1. Okay, now let's look at negative 10 divided by 2. What's that going to give me? Negative 10 divided by 2. Negative 5. Okay, and now for my x's. I had 3. We got rid of 2. How many's left? Just 1. Okay, so we know that our final answer for this guy is 2x squared. That was able to factor out. And what was left was 1 minus 5x. Okay. Awesome. Let's look at number 23. Okay, so look at the coefficients first, the numbers in front of the variables. Okay, 12 and 20. Look at your lists for 12 and 20. Okay, what is the biggest number that they share? Okay, look at your lists. Let's zoom out. Okay, 12 and 20. Okay, I know they're both even. They at least have 2. 3 goes into 12. 3 doesn't go into 20 though. Ooh, 4 goes into 12 and 4 goes into 20. Bingo. Okay, so we know that we can take out a 4 in both of those guys. That's the biggest number we can take out. Okay, so 4 we're going to factor out. What about my A's? Okay, my first term has 4 A's. Does my second term have any A's? Nope. So do they share any A's? Nope. So we can't take out any A's. Okay, so the A's, fourth, has to just stay inside there. Okay, so since we couldn't take out any A's to the fourth, let's figure out what's left inside. So we had 12, and we're dividing by 4. What is 12 divided by 4? That's going to go in our first spot. 12 divided by 4. Give me 3. Okay, we couldn't take out any a to the 4th, so what's left? Just a to the 4th. Okay, now let's look at our last term. Negative 20 divided by 4. Negative 20 divided by 4. What is that going to give me? Negative 5. You must include the sign. Okay, and there we go. We divided it out. Okay, we are factoring, you guys. That is awesome. Factoring is a hard skill. So again, if you are not understanding, pause, rewind, ask a question if you're in class, get on the Google Meet, okay? Send me an email if you're at home, because this takes practice, okay? That's why we have at least 3 more. Okay, so let's look at 15 now. Always look at your numbers first, 15 and 12. Okay, look at your lists for 15 and 12 that we made. Okay, what is the biggest number that can come out of both 15 and 12? Okay, I see, hopefully you're looking at your list. 2 doesn't go into 15. 3, I see 3. Okay, that's the biggest number that can go into both 15 and 12. Okay, so we're gonna take out that 3. We're gonna factor it out. Okay, my first term doesn't have any x's, but my last term does. Can I take out any x's? Do they both have the x's? Nope, they don't. So I cannot take out any x's. Okay, so we can go ahead and figure out what's left inside when we divide out the 3. Okay, so what is 15 divided by 3 for my first spot? 15 divided by 3, it's gonna give me 5. Okay, for my next spot, what is 12 divided by 3? It's gonna give me a positive 4, so plus 4. And then how many x's was I able to take out? 0. So we still have x to the 5th left inside right by that 4. Okay, and there is our final answer. Okay, let's look at 25. This one looks a little different. Okay, do you see any numbers, any coefficients in front? No. Okay, so now we're just looking only at the coefficients. So if this one has 1, this one has 2 n squared, how many do they both at least have? They both have the 1, so we can factor out 1n. Okay, well if we take away 1n, or in fact, let's not think take away. What is n divided by n? Or anything divided by itself is going to give me 1. Okay, n divided by n, just 1. Okay, what is left? Okay, I had 2 of them, but I divided out or took away 1. How many's left? 1. So then plus that 1n, and there's our answer. Okay, and there's our answer. Okay, let's look at our last example, 26. Okay, let's look at our coefficients first. Okay, I have a -3 and a -3. Are those guys the same numbers, you guys? Exact same number? Even with the same sign? Yes, that means we can factor it out. It's the exact same. So let's take out that -3. They both have a -3. Okay, well now let's look at our variables. So I have 2 here, x squared, and I have 1, 2, 3 here. How many do they both at least have? How many can we factor out? 2. Nice job. Okay, so when we factored all this out, let's figure out what was left over. Whoops, forgot to write my x squared. Sorry, that's a little smushed. -3x squared. In fact, I don't like that. Looks too smushed. Okay, so we had -3 that we took out, and we had 2 they at least had, so -3x squared. Okay, let's figure out what was left. Okay, -3x squared divided by -3x squared. It's the exact same thing, you guys. What happens when it's something divided by itself? The exact same thing. What's left? Just a 1. That's all that's left. Okay, now let's look at -3 divided by -3. Negative divided by a negative, that's going to give us a positive. Okay, 3 divided by 3 itself, again, you guys, is going to give us that 1. Okay, and then I had 3 x's. I took away or divided out 2. How many x's are left? Just 1. Okay, and that's all that's left. Did we have to write this 1 right here? if it's in front of that X? Nope, we didn't. But doesn't hurt. Okay, so there is our final answer. We will practice more on this, you guys. This is a tough concept. Factoring is a tough concept. Dividing itself is a tough concept. So if you're not feeling too confident, don't worry. Okay, what I really want you to focus on is being able to identify what numbers they have in common on their lists. Okay, that's super important for this. Okay, so you are going to have an assignment that goes with this. Great job, you guys.